Adam Scott, the 2013 Masters champion, has taken aim at the Saudi-funded series, stating that players who have made the contentious move should pay the price for their decision. Throughout last year, Scott's name was closely connected to LIV, and there was little to no doubt that he had plans to switch allegiances due to his Australian heritage. It's no news that Greg Norman and his controversial league have been targeting players like Adam Scott to try and convince them to defect from the PGA Tour. But what does Scott have to say about the controversial series? Does he plan to join his compatriots on the multi-million-dollar tour? Stay tuned to find out. Adam Scott is a very accomplished Australian golfer on the PGA Tour. He has dozens of professional wins on both the PGA Tour and the European Tour. For months, Adam Scott was rumored to be joining LIV Golf. He's currently the 37th highest-ranked golfer on the official World Golf Rankings. Despite LIV Golf's attempts to snatch Scott from the PGA Tour, the Australian has reaffirmed that he would not be joining the controversial series anytime soon, as he pledged his loyalty to the PGA Tour. The Australian golfer praised several of his peers that have taken leadership roles, including Rory McIlroy. He believes he can work with a guy like Rory to strengthen the PGA Tour over the next several years. Adam expressed that he believes the PGA Tour is on the right trajectory and heading in the right direction, while he expressed uncertainty about the future of Greg Norman's breakout golf league. "I think that we're all seeing Rory take a leadership role, and I feel like potentially a few other notable players like myself can assist him in moving things in the right direction," Scott said in an interview. "It's an important time for the PGA Tour to map out the next decade and beyond. What will the PGA Tour mean, and what is it working towards, and what will it look like? As well as everyone out here probably wants to know the full schedule and beyond. Big decisions are going to be made, and they need to be the right ones." Scott also understands that the PGA Tour has to fight lawsuits against LIV Golf, but he doesn't want to waste time thinking about it. Instead, he focuses on the things that the PGA Tour can do to improve its long-standing success in the future. When asked about the PGA Tour's ongoing lawsuits, Scott said, "To be honest, I really don't care about that. I'm more interested in what the future of the PGA Tour looks like. I'm convinced myself that it was worth diving into that to see what's going on. I'm more interested in what the PGA Tour is planning on doing with the PGA Tour. I couldn't really care less about how we're fighting a lawsuit." It's a good thing that a guy like Adam Scott is keeping his focus on the success of the PGA Tour rather than any legal concerns. Despite participants having the opportunity to win mega money thanks to the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund funding, Scott has refused to turn his head. Many of Adam Scott's friends and allies on the American-based tour praised his decision to remain with the PGA Tour. It's rumored that Adam turned down tens of millions of dollars from Greg Norman and LIV Golf while making this decision. It can't be easy to turn down such a large amount of money, but Adam Scott has shown that he feels connected to the PGA Tour and appreciates what the tour has done for him since he joined. Even though LIV is offering a cash prize to people who defect, there have been corresponding consequences for defectors. Particularly noteworthy is the fact that the PGA board has halted membership for any player who has moved to the breakaway series. In addition, the official World Golf Rankings, the OWGR, have not yet acknowledged the LIV. In other words, players participating in the event are doing so without the possibility of earning ranking points. Due to this significant vulnerability, many of the Rebel League's most recognizable names have tumbled down the world rankings. On the other hand, Scott has zero sympathy for the Rebels whining, stating that they knew precisely what they were getting into when they penned their signature on the dotted line. In the near run, it was surrendering the chance to acquire world ranking points, Scott told the Sydney Morning Herald. If they weren't aware of the fact, it appears that they are now becoming aware that this is the situation. However, LIV players are not the only group to dispute the integrity of the world rankings. PGA Tour standout Jon Rahm, who won the previous Tournament of Champions, is also skeptical of the system. Rahm has been quite vocal about his displeasure with the system the OWGR uses to assign a rank to the players. For quite a while now, the Spaniard has been trying to get back to being the top player in the game, having also won the Spanish Open and secured another victory at the DP World Tour Championship. The former US Open champion was hoping to move past Patrick Cantlay and the other guys at the forefront to get back to being the top player. Still, a change in the world ranking point has him in 5th place. Jon Rahm, a former world number 1, started the year by voicing his opinion, which differs from the official World Golf Ranking mathematics. After his win at Kapalua, Rahm was confident he would be closer to the top, and not just closer, but come out number 1. But he just had to voice out when he realized things didn't go go as he expected. Scott believes there's still work to be done at the OWGR headquarters, even though he has responded to his competitors at LIV. The winner of the 2013 Masters went on to say that the world rankings are a very difficult thing to get right. World rankings is a very, very hard thing to get properly, he continued. I do not believe that to be accurate. My opinion is that the weight at the very top of the points is insufficient. As a result of Adam Scott's decision to join a new endeavor backed and headed by Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy, Greg Norman's dreams of enticing him to his LIV Golf League have taken what appears to be a deadly knock. Adam Scott is set to join TGL, the tech-infused team format series set to launch in the winter of 2024, started by TMRW Sports. Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods founded TMRW Sports with a former NBC Sports executive, Mike McCarley. According to Sports Illustrated, TGL confirmed that the 2013 Masters champion and Colin Morikawa have signed on to the cutting-edge series and joined McIlroy, Woods, Jon Rahm, and Justin Thomas. Both the existing TGL members and TMRW Sports investors were pivotal in Scott's decision to buy into the league. However, it was Woods in particular who brought him over the edge. Adam has had a front row seat for most of the 15-time major champion's achievement, and that perspective helped him look at Woods' recent actions in a new light. Scott's decision to join TGL was motivated by a zeal to enhance the future of golf on both a professional and recreational level. His decision to join 15 other golfers on the American-based Tour's 2023 Player Advisory Committee, PAC, also highlighted that aspiration. There have been far fewer defections in recent weeks between the PGA Tour and LIV Golf, and this is something that the PGA Tour has hoped for, considering all of the changes that have been made in the player impact programs, as well as elevated events and a minimum salary of $500,000 to all eligible players that play the minimum amount of events in 2023. Now, most participants on the PGA Tour have agreed that all of these changes are a step in the right direction, but these changes will not be enough to convince every single PGA Tour golfer to remain with the PGA Tour indefinitely. Even though Adam will not be joining the controversial series in just a few months, he will be competing against many of its roster members. The 2023 Masters Tournament is allowing all eligible golfers to be invited to compete in the annual event at Augusta National Golf Club in Georgia. This includes more than a dozen participants of LIV Golf, so Adam Scott and other eligible participants from the PGA Tour will likely stumble across at least one of them when they show up at Augusta National in April. But what amount of money would it take for a guy like Scott to consider defecting to LIV Golf? And we'll catch you in the next one.